Watching these people argue drunk is like watching raccoons fight over a pizza.
Welcome to Last to the Party, a Bravo rewatch podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm fashionably late to all things Bravo, but trying to make up for lost time.
I'm Wendy. I'm an OG Bravo superfan who has seen it all, probably a lot of more than that, too.
On today's episode, we're diving into Summer House Season 1, Episode 5, Wine, Whining, and Wieners.
Hey, if you got thoughts on Summer House or thoughts on our reviews or just want to weigh in on current Summer House news, you can email us. We are lasttothepartypod@gmail.com.
Previously on Summer House, the housemates attended a party where Christina and Lindsay fight about whether or not Christina was fired from her job, and if Lindsay should be allowed to turn their apartment into her own personal WeWork space. Carl is kind of a standoffish jerk, and Everett inserts himself into drama that does not concern him.
So this week on episode 5, Wine, Whining, and Wieners, when the roommates go to a winery, there's more wine than wine. I'm doing finger quotes. As the drama between Lindsay and Christina reaches its breaking point, someone may be evicted from the summer house. Meanwhile, Carl cools off on Lauren but warms up to Jacqueline at a beach bonfire full of wieners and innuendo. Wieners makes me real uncomfortable.
I don't love that word.
What is wrong with me? Hey, Megan, what is your first impression of wine, whining, and wieners?
This Christina and Lindsay fight has gone on entirely too long, and someone needs to squash it.
I find myself raging out watching these episodes lately. Like I'm over it.
Yeah. What is your second impression of this episode?
Watching these people argue drunk is like watching raccoons fight over a pizza. The kitchen scene, like I so uncomfortable, but also, like I said, like I'm raging out. Like I'm like want to scream in my best Bethany Frankel, go to bed.
100%. I was just going to say, when they came into that house and they just continued bickering at each other and they're all, for the most part, so drunk, I was like, why is this night going on? Go to bed and start over.
Yeah, I do. Well, and start over. It's like we are getting the same thing every single weekend. I mean, look, I know 9 more seasons of Summer House are to come, and like there's a lot of like fighting, but this season 1 is a rough watch.
I don't disagree with you at all. Let's take a quick break and we're going to come back with who we're watching this week.
Hey friends, are you loving Last to the Party and want even more Megan and Wendy in your life? Well, we've got something just for you. Join us over on Patreon, where your paid subscription of $5 a month will get you 4 bonus episodes from us. It's all the extra chatter you won't hear anywhere else. It's your best way to support the show and hang out with us a little bit more each week. Head over to patreon.com/Megan and Wendy and become a member today. We promise we're even more fun over there.
All right, we're back. Wendy, who are you watching this week?
Well, Steven is my one to watch. He's the only one in the house acting like an adult and maybe with a functioning moral compass here. When he has his conversation with Carl at the bar, this scene really stood out to me because finally we're getting some insight into Steven. Like he's opening up about his complicated love life and the challenges of dating someone who's not out. And I thought for him, it was surprisingly vulnerable. And especially for this show and this season where it seems everybody's trying to act on their best behavior. They're not. I will mention it a little bit later, but like very produced kind of scenes.
Yes.
And I just thought it was a nice spot. Like not a nice spot. It was a nice like scene, this whole Carl and Steven thing. But hear me out. Let's discuss. Is it possible Steven might have a little crush on Carl?
Well, I don't think that's impossible. Here's what I think. I really like that scene too. I like when we get these little moments of Steven's vulnerability. We saw it in an earlier episode too, where he talks about his upbringing and coming out to his family. He's speaking to Kyle. I really like these scenes. The thing that I found really frustrating about this was there's no space for Steven in the house. Steven doesn't have any ability to be himself. In the house, he is reacting to everyone else. He's reacting to the Steven and Laura drama. He's being Steven's way out when Steven needs to get out of the house. It was frustrating to me that they had this moment and it had to happen back in the city because it feels like there's no room for Steven to breathe in the house.
Got it. Yeah, it's kind of sad, right?
Yeah.
And I think we'll see this play out. I feel like there's always one housemate who doesn't quite fit in the puzzle, but doesn't have like a fully fleshed out story. Or if they do, it's not compelling enough for reality TV, and so it gets cut.
It's hard to know how much of it is editing, but to me, it doesn't feel like the housemates are super invested in Steven.
Yeah.
And at least up to this point, Carl is seeming to make a little bit of an effort with him.
Yeah, you're right, because we never see like Lindsay and Steven
Never
interact. We have seen Lauren and Steven interact, but
now Lauren's kind of turned on him.
Yeah, because of the whole Carl situation.
Sure.
But yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well, this week I'm watching Carl and Jacqueline like a car crash that I can't turn away from. I just know that it's going to be an absolute mess. I'm going to allow that it is entirely possible that Jacqueline doesn't know the extent of the Carl-Lauren situationship because Carl has not been putting it out there and she has not been there a lot. Mm-hmm. But I also think Carl's behavior is shitty. And yes, he and Lauren aren't committed. I'm not suggesting that Carl can't go out and do whatever he wants with whomever he wants. But I do think that hooking up with another roommate right under the nose of the previous roommate hookup is true F-boy behavior of the highest order.
Yeah, it's gross.
And he seems to be doing it intentionally. The way I'm reading Carl is he's like, I'm Team Carl. I don't care about anybody else except what serves me, myself, and I in this moment. He does not seem to care that he's behaving in this completely shitty fashion.
Right.
Because Kyle, while I think is also being an F-boy, seems to realize it. Like he has at least a little bit of conflict and he's like, calling Amanda again.
Yeah, like Kyle has self-awareness and Carl does not.
A little bit.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I'm like just thinking through in my head. Like I could see Carl's intentions of coming into the house are just like, I'm going to hook up with whomever. But Lauren is the one who like caught feelings, right? Mm-hmm. So, but is that Carl's problem?
I don't think it's Carl's problem, but I think the problem is this is what happens when you hook up with your roommate. Now you are going to look like a douche when you hook up with someone else in the house. You don't have to be committed to Lauren. Like he didn't do anything wrong by not committing to her and not taking their hookup any further. But I do think the right thing to do is away games for the rest of the summer.
Oh my gosh. The amount of times I hear away games now. I don't think I ever caught it originally on the first 80 runs of this show, but it kind of makes me laugh.
Do you have a favorite quote or scene from this episode?
I do, and it's Steven's tits out, I'm out. I'm gonna tell you, I laughed. I feel like such a prude sometimes. I'm like, why are these women taking their tops off in the jacuzzi? Like, that is just not a move I would make.
Totally, my notes are like, there's so much boob.
It was funny to me though. Like Steven's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. I would have been out too. Yeah, I thought that was really funny.
I love when Carl says, he's talking about Christina, she's a professional meddler with her mortar and pestle. Now, that's funny, except that word is muddler. Like you muddle with a mortar and pestle.
You're right. You're right.
So close, Carl. So close.
So close.
Hey, what'd you like about this episode?
Okay, so again, as I mentioned, Steven's MVP for me. I think he has a lot of perspective that is similar to mine as a viewer, like the drama at the winery when he's just like, look, this is ridiculous. Like the whole Lindsay wanting to uninvite Christina, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just thought, like, this is common sense here. And he was not giving in to the drama that was being created.
Yes.
I also liked in this episode, and I cannot even believe I'm saying these words, but Christina calling it like it is in terms of Carl's middle school moves
Yes.
on Jacqueline. I think someone had to say what everyone else was thinking at the bonfire.
Uh-huh.
And Carl literally telling her to shut the fuck up at the end. I was like, you are giving me the ick so hard.
And
now.
Steven, like, it's so funny. It's so quick. You might miss it, but he like pulls his hood over his head, like, yikes, when Carl says
my
that.
Yeah, because I feel like Carl's a little heated. Like,
Yeah, because someone's getting in his face and telling him he's behaving like a dickhead, and he doesn't like it. He wants to be free to be me.
Exactly. What did you like?
Honestly, I didn't like much about this episode. I found a lot of these people super frustrating and annoying, and like, could we please grow up was my attitude throughout this episode. However, I did appreciate that the roommates, like you said, not just Steven, but all of the roommates kind of saw through Lindsay's bullshit. Because Christina and Lindsay are like, I know you are, but what am I-ing each other? And Christina's like, well, I was going to tell you that you could have your interns work at the house, but now you can't. And Lindsay's like, well, then you can't come here next weekend. And Christina's like, that's not your call. So Lindsay goes like marching over, calls a house meeting at the winery, which I would like to talk about later. But Kyle's like, this is next level warfare. This conversation does not go well for Lindsay. Steven also doesn't feel like Christina has done anything worthy of keeping her from the house. And so now Lindsay has to eat crow and be like, well, I'm sorry if my words were misconstrued. I was just glad that the house didn't buy into her BS in that moment.
Yeah, I agree. And look, you know me, I'm Team Lindsay. I love Lindsay Hubbard. And Christina drives me crazy, but Christina was not wrong.
No, she was not wrong.
This is not worthy of being uninvited.
To
come out to the weekend.
Yeah, I had that Alanis Morissette song playing in my head. What'd you wish for?
My biggest wish is I wish this show would stop recycling the same drama every freaking episode.
Mm-hmm.
We are not progressing anywhere. This is the same storyline 5 episodes in. And I get, we watch a lot of movies and a lot of series, and I get there's like should be a through line, but I feel like it's Groundhog. I am watching the same episode every single week. In fact, while I'm watching, I was like, wait, did we record an episode about this episode already? Because it's the same freaking story.
That's why this episode was so frustrating to me, because at least last episode, they were generating new drama. It felt like this episode is just rehashing the events of the previous day and the previous weekend. And I was so irritated by it. Like, when they're at the winery and Christina's like, well, I hate that everyone's acting like everything's okay. I was like, whoa, put the brakes on. Actually, maybe this isn't the moment to pull Lindsay for a chat like you're on Love Island and ruin everyone's day. Like, yeah, sometimes you got to pretend. Have a good time. Put the FU in fun, as Kyle says, which makes me laugh out loud. Just, it's okay sometimes that we're not all vibing and we're just going to have a good time at the winery. Like, there's other roommates. You don't need to talk to Lindsay.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can like sweep things aside for an afternoon, right?
Yes, for the sake of everyone just having a good time.
Yeah. I do wish that Lindsay didn't double down on her behavior here when they have this, what seems like a makeup at the winery, but Lindsay can't even take accountability and apologize.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like saying like, yeah, okay, I don't know. She's so exhausting here.
Yeah, Lindsay does talk in circles here. I was Team Christina last week, and then this week I was like, you're taking it too far. But I just think they're both cannot get out of their own way. They both just need someone to grab them by the shoulders and shake them a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine being 30 years old and this is like the drama that you deal with on the weekends. Well, and they'll be like, I'm out. I'm not going to the summer house if this is how is that fun?
Right. I agree. And also, I have definitely had plenty of situations where I think I'm right and my opinion is the right thing. But at some point, aren't you just like, okay, like clearly this means a lot to you, so I'm not going to bring them to the house. Like now it's
Yeah.
just like I'm proving a point and production is making me.
Yeah, maybe. See, that's what with reality TV you don't know. Like I would love to be a fly on the in the production room here of like
Yeah, we
one them
got times planned out for this to come to fruition with the people showing up at the house and it being a hot mess. So drag it on.
exactly. And then like two, do you think there were conversations of like, okay, this is supposed to be a full season of like this show Summer House, but it's the same bullshit every single week. Like what are we gonna do? How are we gonna get out of this?
Maybe.
I
Maybe.
mean, I am interested in talking season 2 and looking at the differences between 1 and 2.
Well, that's a good question. I wonder if they like show up at the house and they're like, oh my God, all they do is hook up with people. We need to find drama outside of the show for them to dig into
Maybe.
that connects the weeks together. And this is what they
Yeah.
found.
Yeah. My final wish is Lindsay and Everett's relationship is so toxic. I'm so glad these two broke up because like they go from screaming at each other and then the next morning they're like playing slap ass like nothing has happened and I'm just like, whoa, this makes me incredibly uncomfortable as a older married woman.
Everett showed up on TikTok for me the other day.
Oh no.
In some like bizarre, like he's married with a kid. It was some like dad TikTok that he was doing. I was like,
Oh.
what are you doing here? In terms of wishes, Lauren seems kind of clueless about the trajectory of her situationship with Carl. And Carl seems 100% out. And Lauren is still acting like they're a thing and discussing them with her parents. And it's uncomfortable to watch these two things happen side by side. Of course, it's edited, but you see Carl saying like he's going to sleep in the bed with Jacqueline while Lauren's out to dinner with her parents. And her mom's like, well, I got to meet this guy. It's frustrating to watch as a viewer. And we don't know the details of what Carl's giving her and what he's not giving her. So how much is it her being clueless and just willingness to be more than it is? And how much is it that Carl has led her to believe that it's more than it is?
Yeah.
Because what we're seeing is Carl being straight up cold to her.
Oh, totally.
So to then see her going out with her parents and even entertaining the idea of her mom meeting this guy that she's having a good time with makes me real uncomfortable.
Totally. I agree.
My final wish. Oh, Kyle. I want him to grow up, and I know that he honestly doesn't really grow up. He commits to his relationship at some point, but he just wants to have his cake and eat it too. And he says things like, when I wake up with Amanda, there's nowhere else I want to be. And then in the same breath, he's like, I just can't have a girlfriend in Montauk, because he wants to be able to take advantage of any opportunity to hook up with Strange. So I just pick a lane, Kyle.
I agree with you, but honestly, looking at Kyle's situation with Amanda compared to Everett and Lindsay compared to Carl and Lauren, Kyle is the least problematic.
Well,
here.
isn't that wild to say that Kyle's relationship is the healthiest? And at least he's pretty honest with Amanda about his, like, he's not offering her anything that he's not willing to give her. He's been very
but
clear.
Yeah, and in this episode, she was like, "Oh, it's cool. There's no stress." Like she did it again. She did it a couple episodes ago too, and I was like, "Stop that! Stop that! You know what you want, so stop playing cool girlfriend here just because you want to hang out right now." I don't like that. Demand what you want from these dudes, otherwise, they're just going to take exactly what they want.
Yes. Yes. Did you see that moment?
Just one. The morning where Lindsay and Everett are literally playing slap ass, Lindsay has a bruise on her butt and it is the size of my head. It is huge. It's not from them like messing around. Like obviously she fell or something, but huge black and blue bruise.
Yeah. Do you think she fell while she was drunk?
Probably, yeah.
that same morning when she like straddles him and the night vision cameras basically make it look like she's completely naked.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Like she's wearing a thong and that's it. And she like climbs on top of him. I was like, man, my self-esteem I is not strong enough for a show like this. But then later on, she's like walking around in her thong while they're getting ready. And she looks great. So more power to her.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your low-key iconic moment of the week?
Well, it's not a good one. And it starts at the top of the episode where Lindsay hits Everett in the head and it just like devolves quickly. Made me super uncomfortable.
The whole thing. And then in the morning, she's like, you were mean to me. And he's like, you hit me. And but they don't even seem to be really fighting. They're just kind of like hungover and rehashing the night before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really was the most shocking part of the episode to me, was that they came home and they didn't just all go straight to bed because they were so drunk. And then Carl goes out. Carl wasn't drunk. And Christine's like, can I come with you? I was like, girlfriend, your night is over. Please.
I'm dying to know, like, I need a timestamp.
I
What
know.
time are they
What
getting
time was
home?
it?
How late are the bars open?
I don't know. 2?
Because where are you going? If you're getting home from like a party, say it's like midnight, and then you're turning around going back out, I guess there's like a couple hours. I mean, bars close here like at 2, so I don't know.
I don't know either. My iconic moment of the week felt like something that might have been overproduced, and that's when Christina is sitting on the couch completely surrounded by Lindsay's team, because there is no chance that she doesn't immediately just go to her room. And she does go to her room, but the fact that in reality, she would have gone to her room ahead of time. She wasn't going to sit on the couch with them while they're all working around her.
Right.
So that just felt like we needed that moment for the cameras.
In that particular, that's so funny you mentioned that, because that scene bugged me a lot, because Lindsay and Christina both super dressed up. I'm like, why are you so dressed up to sit on your couch to do computer work? Because it's produced. They want to like look good for the camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all these interns come, and it just makes me laugh. Like Megan and I have like a long history of working together. We had a blog, and we do now too, but like back in the day, you know, and we would get press releases from companies being like, hey, do you want to mention our frozen drinks? You know,
Yes.
That's like exactly what I thought of when I saw this scene. I was like, that's what Hub House is pitching here, frozen margaritas or whatever. And she needs 5 interns to do it. Look, I would kill for 5 interns right now.
Seriously, is she paying them? Probably not.
No, yeah. Anyway,
What's your messiest moment of the week?
you know, it was Lindsay spiraling at the winery and doubling down on, you know, calling the house meeting. It just reminded me of like the days when we would watch Big Brother and they would call a house meeting.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it doesn't go well.
No, your righteous indignation did not play out the way you hoped. Mine is Carl is sleeping in Lauren's bed because it's, quote, the most comfortable bed in the house, which this actually made me angry at Carl, because I was like, there's all these other beds. Go sleep somewhere else. Don't sleep in the bed of the woman you're currently leading on, A. But B, Lauren basically offers herself up to Carl topless on a platter. And Carl's like, I just want to go to sleep. And my heart broke for her a little bit in that moment, because she goes like bouncing up there. I'm going to show Carl my boobs.
Smells like desperation.
It does.
I hated
it's
everything
hard
about
to
it.
watch. It's
Yeah,
hard
for
to
sure.
watch.
For sure.
I wanted to read a comment that we got on our most recent episode from listener Taylor. And she says, love the ep. Maybe I'm too radkey pilled, but I don't think he really becomes the villain in his story with Lauren until season 2. That's my Carl apologist hot take.
Well, she and I must have a little crush on Carl then. No, I think Carl's charming. So he doesn't become a villain in her eyes until season 2. Is that what she's saying?
Yeah.
That's funny, because I had forgotten that Lauren even returns in season 2.
Yeah. Ashley does not. She shows up for like a weekend visit, but she's not a
Wait a
regular
second.
guest.
Wait a damn second. I have a hot take here.
Okay.
It didn't make my final notes, but it was in my notes. As two girls from California, I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. My hot take is In-N-Out is not that good. This is not the first thing I want to eat coming off an airplane from the East Coast.
Me either. Hard agree.
It is not that. There are better hamburgers out there.
Agree. Pretty much all of them.
I think so too, right?
Like, if someone says, let's go to In-N-Out, fine. I mean, a burger and fries is a burger and fries, but it is nowhere near my favorite fast food burger and fries.
Which is?
Oh, literally any other one. Like, I love everything McDonald's. I love their basic hamburger. I love a Big Mac. I love their French fries. I love a Wendy's hamburger. I had one the other day because you mentioned it.
Yes, it's so good, right? Was it delicious?
It was delicious. It was great. I like a Shake Shack burger, although I hesitate to call that fast food because my husband and I went there the other day. It was $45 for two people to eat lunch. And I was like, why is it $45 at Shake Shack?
Where did you go to a Shake Shack around here?
At the Irvine
guys here?
Spectrum.
Oh, I forgot there was something there. I got food poisoning from there.
Oh,
I don't think I'd be returning.
Oh, no. Yeah. In-N-Out, not that great. Also, a continuity error because when Ashley comes back, she's like, oh, you had In-N-Out waiting for me in the car. But they showed a clip of her and she's like, we're in the In-N-Out drive-thru. I'm like, which is it, Ashley? Which is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And he even said, like, you get to choose between In-N-Out and Mexican. I would choose Mexican every single day.
Me too.
Give me some chips and salsa. Yeah. In-N-Out can leave it.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like the scarcity mindset, like can't have it unless I'm in Southern California or a few other adjacent states. So gotta have it.
Yeah, you want to hear a funny story quickly? I was recently in Texas on a college tour with my rising senior, and one of the schools we went to, the guy was like, hey, we have In-N-Out here now for the California kids who are visiting. And I was like, that's your flex? Like,
right.
What? Okay.
But you did get to go to Buc-ee's.
We did go to Buc-ee's. That was real interesting.
I bet.
Got some delicious treats too. So
oh
yeah, like Buc-ee's, they have like a smoker in there, and they're making like smoked meats and have sandwiches to eat, like freshly made.
That sounds amazing.
Delicious. It was not bad for a gas station pulled pork sandwich.
Right? That sounds delicious.
It was super fun.
Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of Last to the Party. We'll be back next week with episode 6. Will Christina and Lindsay still be fighting about the dumbest SHIT? We shall see. If you love this,
I guess yes. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
If you love this podcast, we would love it if you would take a quick second and rate it and drop a little review of why you're liking it. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.